Hey, ADHD moms. Okay, let me guess. You have 10 half-finished projects at home right now. An inbox full of courses you've bought but never completed. You've started, but they're not completed. And your brain just won't stop chasing new exciting things. Well, if you're nodding your head right now, don't worry, you're not the only one. And I've got a simple strategy that might help. Hey, this is the ADHD Mom Show. I'm Jess, and today we're tackling something I know way too well: that endless chase after shiny objects. Well, if you're listening while folding laundry or you're taxiing your kids around, don't worry. I've got a simple strategy you can start using today. First, let's talk about why we chase these shiny objects. We know we do it, but why? Well, our ADHD brains are literally wired to seek novelty. They want to try something new. They want to have a unique perspective on things. They want to add color to it. That new project, it gives us a dopamine hit. And the new exciting course, well, it promises the solution we have been craving. But here's the truth. Chasing everything means chasing nothing. So for today's quick win for the ADHD mom, the 1-3-5 rule. 1 big goal, 3 action steps, and a 5-minute start. So 1 big goal. You're going to choose one main focus for today, maybe the week, maybe it's a month. Okay, just one. And you're going to write it down where you're going to see that daily. Then you're going to create 3 action steps. So break that big idea, break that big goal into 3 concrete steps and make them feel small enough that it's actually doable. And then make it a 5-minute start. Commit to working on 1 action step for just 5 minutes each day. So 1 big goal, 3 action steps, and make it a 5-minute start. Either work on the action step for just 5 minutes a day or make the action steps a 5-minute start so it's easy to ease into. Because, once we start something, we just kind of keep going, right? But here's why that works for our ADHD brains. It gives us clear boundaries. As much as we rebel against boundaries and want something new, our brains actually need structure. So this framework gives us clear boundaries. It also makes progress measurable. We get that dopamine hit when we get to cross off that task, right? And it's flexible enough to work with our energy levels. And for me, this was huge, realizing that it's okay to have structure, and it's okay that the structure is flexible, because time is so different in the ADHD brain. Some people can work with a really rigid timeline and really rigid structure. And I've tried that, and it's really difficult for me. So learning that, yes, structure is good, but also flexibility is good. And that's what helps us keep our energy levels in sync instead of timelines. Once I found out that my brain works better on energy management and not time management, I'm able to get a lot of tasks done faster and easier. So now that you know that you need to pick one big thing, how do you do that? How do you pick just one thing? There's 1,000 things in your brain right now. Well, here's how I do it. I give myself permission to have all the ideas I want. I can write them down, or I can just let them float around in my head. But the main thing is that I give myself permission to have all of those ideas. There's no shame, and you don't have to act on all of them. But the challenge is you have to just pick one. And that is really hard. So I want you to pause and think of that one thing you really want to focus on. So I'm a visual person, and sometimes this is how I approach it. All right, take a deep breath, and then just let all the things swirl around in your head. So imagine all of it swirling around in your head. Now, what are the 1 or 2 things that either rise to the top or sink to the bottom? As all of these ideas are floating around in your head, what's that one thing that rises to the top? Maybe it's a new business idea. Maybe it's a creative project that you wanted to start or a home organization system that you know that you need to do. Okay, do you have that one thing in your head right now? All right, now I want you to break it down into 3 steps. Write it down, or if you can't and you're driving, let's make a visual in your head. So imagine 3 giant balloons above you. All right, and the first balloon is step 1. Second balloon is step 2. The third balloon is step 3, right? And imagine what those 3 steps are. All right, were you able to break that one big idea down into those 3 different steps or those 3 different balloons? All right, and you're standing there and you're holding your balloons, and the step 1, 2, and 3 are right above you. Got that visual? I know it's weird, but visuals and colors just help me remember and connect it to my brain. So now you have the one big idea, and you have 3 balloons or 3 steps that you're going to do that's only going to take about 5 minutes to do each step, or it'll take 5 minutes to get started on each step. The 1, 3, 5 rule. All right, so really quick, let's recap. We have the 1, 3, 5 rule. Do you have that one big thing in your head right now? The 3 steps or the 3 balloons that are only going to take 5 minutes to either complete the task or 5 minutes to get started into that action step. All right, 1, 3, 5 rule. Give yourself permission to focus on just one thing and then let that bloom. You're not behind. You're not failing. You're just learning to work with your beautiful, unique brain. So use the 1, 3, 5 rule today, or maybe this week, or in your business, and notice how it feels to focus on one thing instead of chasing every shiny object that catches your eye. And hey, let me know how it goes. You can find me at theadhdmom.com. Thanks for listening, and share the podcast with another ADHD mom. We're here to encourage and definitely help each other. Until next time, have a beautiful day.